Going Beyond is a presentation of Beyond Housing, helping entire communities become better places to live with RareGem Productions. Reliance Bank is the proud sponsor of today's Going Beyond program. Reliance Bank offers the friendly personal service that only a community bank can provide. Phone number 314-569-7200 or find Reliance Bank online at reliancebankstl.com. Reliance Bank.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We're going beyond.
Today on Going Beyond.
On today's show, we're going to talk about school is actually starting. More importantly, we're going to talk about residents in the community, parents of children, how they can get engaged and how they can help make this the best school year ever.
This has been a very tumultuous year. It's been a disappointing year for a lot of people. It's been a very scary year for a lot of people. And now is the time for us to take advantage of what we have. We have a school district that is intact, that is in our own neighborhood, which is what we all wanted. We have a chance to start over with our district, and our community has to be and is fully behind our students and our families. And this is a great way for us to start the school year off by letting people know this. This is what we hope will be the first of several visits to families, to engage them and to build relationships with them, to let them know that we as members of the community, members of the village that helps to raise their children, do indeed love and care about them and want them to succeed.
Joining me to talk about an exciting initiative that has just now started is Monica Huddleston, the mayor of the city of Greendale. Beyond Housing is going beyond.
That and more ahead today on Going Beyond with Chris Krehmeyer, right after this. Reliance Bank is focused on meeting the banking needs of the entire St. Louis community. That's because Reliance Bank, unlike the big national banks, is locally owned and operated. It's run by people you know, and that's important when you're looking for a personal checking account that's really free, a mortgage, or a loan for your business. So stop in and introduce yourself at one of their 20 branches throughout the St. Louis area. Reliance Bank, making money a little friendlier.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I'm Becky James Hatter, and I'm president and CEO of Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and I believe in building trusting relationships, and I believe in going beyond.
We're going beyond. Welcome to this edition of Going Beyond. I'm your host, Chris Krehmeyer, President and CEO of Beyond Housing. On today's show, we're going to talk about school is actually starting in Normandy. We've not talked much about school starting. We've talked about a lot of other different kinds of things with all the changes that have been happening with the Normandy schools of late. But today we're going to talk about school starting, and more importantly, we're going to talk about residents in the community, parents of children, how they can get engaged and how they can help make this the best school year ever. Joining me to talk about an exciting initiative that has just now started is Monica Huddleston, the mayor of the city of Greendale. Mayor Huddleston, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Chris, for having me.
All right, Mayor, historically we've always talked about, the first day of the school is very important to get the kids out and get everybody started off on a good note. So you and other community leaders are putting together a campaign. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about what that campaign is?
I can, and really happy to do so. We are planning a door-to-door outreach to our Normandy Schools Collaborative parents, students, and their families. The Normandy School District is reinvented, if you will. The new name is Normandy Schools Collaborative. And there is a need out there to inform families of the many changes regarding the school district and to let them know about the back-to-school rally that the district is having on Saturday, August the 16th. And we also need to encourage our parents and guardians to make a firm commitment and follow through on that commitment to get their child or children to school on the first day, which is Monday, August the 18th, and every school day thereafter. We just felt like a door-to-door, person-to-person, personal outreach and contact would be the most effective way to inform people and to improve the attendance on the first day and every day thereafter in the Normandy Schools Collaborative.
Mayor, what's your sense about parents' knowledge of kind of what's been happening? Because, again, there's been a lot of stuff going back and forth, and I'm willing to bet if you're working hard and you got bills to pay and you're trying to raise your kids, you may not be able to keep up to date with literally all the different moving parts that is now the Normandy Schools Collaborative. What's your sense about people's ability to stay up to speed on all this?
It's very difficult for most parents and most community members, period, because the changes have been so voluminous And in such a short period of time prior to the start of school, we don't want to leave anything to chance. People would have had to read so many newspaper articles and listen to so many radio and TV news reports and then try to make sense of what's true and what's not. And what we would like to do with the blessing of the Normandy Schools Collaborative Superintendent Ty McNichols, Dr. McNichols, and his staff, is to provide information to people so that they don't have to guess and wonder if they do have the proper information. So it's tough to keep up, and we'd like to make it a little easier for the parents and the families to do the right thing come first day of school.
All right, you said the first day of school again is Monday, August 18th, 2014. So let's kind of walk through kind of the lead up to that, if we could, Mayor. So we're going to have 3 separate days of door-to-door visits. We have some training for those doing that. Could you kind of walk our listeners through kind of what the process is, and almost more importantly, if they're interested in helping and joining us in doing this, who could they contact? What should they be doing?
Well, we certainly need volunteers to help us go door to door. But to do that, we want our message and our approach and our method to be consistent and effective. So we are having training sessions, and volunteers need to attend one of those training sessions. The first one is Thursday, July 31st, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Lucas Crossing School, one of the Normandy elementary schools, at 7837 Natural Bridge. Training sessions should last just under 2 hours, and we will share with everyone the best approaches and the information that we plan to share with our families. We have over 2,000 doors to knock on and to visit, and the actual canvassing, if you will take place on August 6th, 7th, 9th, and then we have a final day on Sunday, the 17th of August.
All right, so again, we're going to get trained on July 31st. Then we're going to go knock on about 2,000 doors on August 6th, 7th, and 9th. And we'll do a follow-up to remind folks about their participation in the process. And the 2,000 doors there's about 2,000 families who send their kids to the Normandy schools. Is that correct?
Correct. Maybe a little more, but it's somewhere around 2,000. Correct.
All right, so I'm a potential volunteer, or I'm a parent, and I'm listening to the show right now. I hear this knock on my door, and here are a bunch of folks I've never met before standing in front of them. What kind of information are they going to share with me as a parent of a child in the Normandy Schools Collaborative?
We will share some basic facts about the makeup of the newly formed district, who our Board of Education members are for the district, some information about the transfer situation because there have been some changes there, changes regarding district staffing and transportation. So we will be sharing some basic facts like that. We will also be sharing some school-specific information, address, phone number, class start and end times, because those are changing this school year, and some of the principals in these schools have changed. So we are going to be leaving with them that information as well, and hopefully information on parent-teacher type meetings and things of that nature. So it's hopefully good information that they need. We'll be sharing the district's website information so that parents can go to that to get school-specific information. Pretty much most of what we know that they will need to be able to contact the schools and to be able to know what's going on starting that first day of school.
And then if I'm a volunteer, what kind of tools are you going to be arming the volunteers with so they're ready and prepared? They're not going to be able to answer every question, right? They've got a set of information that they want to share. But if we have someone out there who's thinking about being a volunteer, describe kind of what are we going to give them to get them prepared to come out and help us do this?
They will be receiving this training on July 31st. There will be some role-playing to help people be very comfortable with what you might come in contact with in terms of families. And there will be some frequently asked questions and answers as well as the information that we'll be providing to the families. So it'll be pretty comprehensive, and you'll feel real good, I think, about encouraging our families and really letting our students and families know that we as community members and community leaders care about them, and we want them and their children to succeed. That's really what this is all about.
Yeah, we've done some of this before. We did the Reach Out to Drop Out in the past, and we've done a few other things. Share your sentiment around telling folks and parents of children, and even children themselves, if they have an answer to the door, that this community is behind them that this community cares. So let's talk a little bit about your sense of how important that is for the success of our schools long term and then the success of our children.
It is extremely important. This has been a very tumultuous year. It's been a disappointing year for a lot of people. It's been a very scary year for a lot of people. And now is the time for us to take advantage of what we have. We have a school district that is intact, that is in our own neighborhood, which is what we all wanted. We have a chance to start over with our district, and our community has to be and is fully behind our students and our families. And this is a great way for us to start the school year off by letting people know this. This is what we hope will be the first of several visits to families, to engage them and to build relationships with them, to let them know that we as members of the community, members of the village that helps to raise their children, do indeed love and care about them and want them to succeed. This is really crucial, that they know we are behind them. And we definitely are, Chris. We really are in the Normandy area.
Yeah, the whole purpose of the 20-for-1 initiative was to get behind our schools, to get behind our families, and to get behind our children and make sure they feel us embracing them, that they are not doing this by themselves, that they have a whole host of people from elected officials like you to organizations like Beyond Housing to friends and neighbors, alumni and others who believe in their ability to do great things, who want families to be successful, want the resources that a family may need to achieve the goals that they've set for themselves, that those resources are available. So again, this whole notion here is we want to come out, put our arms around students and their families and say, we're with you. We're going to make this work. This is the dawn of a new day here in our community, and we know that our children can do great things if we collectively get behind them and support them and let them know that their success is important of all of us. That's why we're asking volunteers to come out and lend a hand. So if somebody wants to volunteer, what should they do? Well,
they can show up for sure, but we would like to know they're coming. So if they would RSVP to this email address, Mayor Monica at Greendale-mo.us. That's Mayor Monica, MayorMonica, at Greendale, Greendale-mo, as in Missouri, .us, as in United States.
And remember, there are 3 days, actually there are 4 days when we're going to be going out knocking on doors. There is August 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. and then from 6 to 8 p.m. There is August 7th from 1 to 3 p.m. and 6 to 8 p.m. again. And then on August 9th from 10 a.m. to noon, and then we will follow up on August 17th. So volunteers who could work 1, 2, 3 or all 4 of those days, we want you. We need you to come participate. We need your legs. We need your knuckles to knock on some doors. If this is going to be successful, if our community is going to achieve the things that we all believe that it can, we need folks to step up. It's just as simple as that. If folks want to volunteer, they want to help us get the word out, not only about the first day of school, but more importantly about all the changes that are happening in the Normandy School District. What's that email address so folks can jump in and help us make this happen?
It is Mayor Monica at Greendale-mo.us.
Mayor Monica Huddleston, Mayor of the City of Greendale, as always, you have my heartfelt thanks for your leadership and for your commitment to our community. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you much, and we look forward to seeing all of our volunteers on July 31st.
Thanks, Monica. Take care now.
Thank you.
Reliance Bank is the proud sponsor of today's Going Beyond program, a St. Louis community bank with 20 convenient locations in the metropolitan area. Phone number 314-569-7200 or find Reliance Bank online at reliancebankstl.com. Reliance Bank.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We're going beyond.
Going Beyond is a presentation of Beyond Housing, helping entire communities become better places to live with RareGem Productions. Proudly promoting, presenting, and producing positive programs.
Neighborhood is where you live, and we want to keep it strong and vibrant. This is Chris Krehmeyer with Beyond Housing. We are going beyond.
Chris Krehmeyer, President and CEO of Beyond Housing. Located at 4156 Manchester. Phone number 314-533-0600. The only organization in the St. Louis region that offers access to affordable housing. Wherever we work, our goal is to help transform people, families, and communities so that they achieve the skills, strategies, resources, and commitment to succeed for the long term. See our work at beyondhousing.org. Podcast for Going Beyond can be heard, downloaded, and shared by visiting hallelujah1600.com. Listed under the music tab, on demand. Going Beyond is another positive production of RareGem Productions.